What time is it? Okay, before I sit down to eat, I think I'll need to take out the dogs for a short walk. And I'll come later. Seven minutes, according to the timer. And 7 minutes of standing around looking at the pots. I think I'm going to take out the bay leaves. I think they've done their job. And I'm going to add some lime leaves to the main stew, if I can find them. I think 4 should do it. These are pretty small. I might not be able to find them, like scoop them out. That's fine. That's why I'm only adding 4. 1, 2, 3. One super small. There we go. 4 leaves going in. Right, 4 minutes. I literally can't wait. I'm tired of standing around. Bit too early to be slicing coriander. But got nothing to do. 2 more minutes. I think I'll only need half of the lime initially. Okay, final stretch, 5 seconds. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, lid's coming off. Now continuing to cook uncovered with a little bit of oregano. Actually, before I add the oregano, I need to taste for salt. Add spiciness, I guess, too. Sufficiently salty, slightly too spicy. Well, what can you do? Is it salty enough? Yeah. Sweet, salty, sour, a little bit bitter too. Oregano going in. Decent amount of oregano going in. And we need to continue to cook based on the tenderness of the meat. I'd say like 20 minutes, if not longer. And I set the time for 20, and then I'll need to check if there's enough liquid in the main pot. Since I'm now cooking uncovered, some of it is going to be evaporating. A bit too early for butter for both pots. I think I'll add butter to both pots, but primarily to the beans. I don't think I'll be adding any more oregano. I already added maybe too much, not gonna lie. Right, if I need salt, I'll use a different salt. These I can put away. I've got some smoked sea salt, and I think I'll just use this. Black pepper I'm done with. We'll still need the knife to finish the coriander. One thing I definitely will not need is extra hot sauce. It's hot enough as is. I'm considering adding a little bit more vinegar to slightly dilute the spiciness. Nah, I'll just have to rely on the lime juice. I guess the camera didn't like me shaking myself while I was shaking the pot. I guess I can't shake my hips or the camera disconnects. Good to know. Need to do an audio check while I'm waiting. Right, is the audio still good? One, two, three, four, five. All right, yeah, I think it's good. Still in sync with the video. We can continue. Is the air conditioner running? Yes. Thank goodness. I'd be dying out here if it wasn't for the air conditioning unit. Yeah, in 15 minutes, maybe the beans should be done too. Would you look at that? Looks like cow's milk. It's not curdling, same way the rice milk just did with the previous cup. Who could have predicted that was going to happen? Yes, cow's milk is the superior milk. You win this day, cow's milk, full fat cow's milk too. Wouldn't have it any other way. Right, once the timer hits 10 minutes, I'm going to add the guanciale, the butter, and some cilantro to the beans. Currently at 11 minutes. Alright, 10 minutes. In you go. Guanciale. All of the butter, so already partially melted. And some cilantro. Might need to add a little bit more. I think I'll add cilantro as I'm serving, a bit too early. Yep, too early for cilantro. So some for the beans and some for garnishing. Nine minutes. Will the meat be done in 9 minutes is the bare question. Don't think so. Well, I think what I'm going to do is, the first serving, I'm just going to scoop the sauce and I'll let the bones simmer for a bit longer. So, first serving is going to be oxtail-less stew with beans. And then in like an hour's time, I'll scoop out one piece and scrape off the meat for the second serving. Right now they need to continue simmering, and I'm tired. I'm just going to eat the beans with the liquid, with the sauce, without the oxtail itself. Or maybe I'll grab the smallest piece. I'll grab the smallest piece, I guess, if I can fish it out. So in like 8 minutes, I'll need to start plating. I think beans and stew in one bowl. All together. So I had how many? 6 in total? Yeah, I think I had 6. Is that the smallest one? No. Is that the smallest one? No. Found you. I'll probably lose you again. Six minutes according to the timer. Yeah, oxtail has to be some of the toughest meat you can get, so no wonder it's going to take a bit longer. Good thing I'm not super hungry. I had a light snack before I started cooking. Plus I've got these biscuits. I'm really happy I browned the meat before I threw it into the pot. Otherwise I would be here all day, even with the browning, even with the pre-cooking, and even with the addition of the baking soda. It's gonna take a lot longer for it to fall off the bone tender, if it ever will. And nothing's burning yet, but the liquid level is now drastically lower. Pretty much just goop now, just a goop on the bottom, no longer liquid. Need to stir more often. Just 4 more minutes here. Let's get as dry as possible. Three minutes. I'm gonna taste for salt one last time. Yep, sufficient salt. Could be slightly less spicy, but hopefully combined with the beans, they're have no spice to them. Hopefully it'll be okay. Definitely doesn't need any extra salt though. 2 minutes. 2 minutes and I'll start serving. Okay, things are now starting to stick and burn. Don't like that. You've got 2 more minutes, no burning. Final stretch. Beans mostly look like refried beans, not gonna lie. That's because I went with shitty, cheap beans. I'm never using this brand again. The last 30 seconds. I'll drop the heat in the main pot. The bigger pieces need to continue cooking for another hour. So I'm just going to fish out the smallest piece and do the first serving. 10 seconds. Again goes the cilantro with the beans. Need to mix it in. Time's up. I think I might need to use all this cilantro I've got out just for the beans. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll have nothing for garnishing. I'll just put the lime piece on top as a garnish. More cilantro is needed in the beans. I've got some more in the fridge, but I'll save the rest for tomorrow. Okay, plating time. Beans and then stew on top. Beans with guanciale, butter, and cilantro or coriander. One second, I've got a runny nose. Okay, stew. Let me find that small piece of meat. No, that's the medium one, that's the medium one, that's the small one. Super fine piece going into the center. And now for some sauce. And by some, I mean a lot of sauce. And vegetables too. Yeah, 1 lime leaf as well on top. That's going to be the garnish, I guess. Last scoop. Alright, that's enough. I'll add some more sauce in a bit. Okay, black beans and stew. Just need some acidity from the lime juice. Also the lime, it's gonna wash away the sauce off the lime leaf, make it a bit more presentable. And a pinch of salt, and I'll be ready. This lime juice got splashed onto the side. And by pinch, I mean 2 pinches. Okay, ready to serve. I'm gonna snap a picture real quick. Not the best presentation, but perfectly edible. I'm taking my sweet ass time taking the picture. Yeah. Just trying to figure out the best angle. That'll do. Yeah, one and done. First picture's okay. Right, need to taste it. Chair. Okay, the rest can simmer slowly. I'll have these other pieces later. Alright, I think I need a spoon. Oof, okay. Is it cool enough to eat? Hopefully it is. Let me sit sideways. Let's try the beans first with a little bit of the sauce. Not gonna lie, beans are overcooked. No crunch to them whatsoever. Maybe some crunch to like 1 out of 10 beans. I like they're more like refried beans, but the sauce is really nice. Let's try more of the tomato and pepper bits with the beans. And the salt off the top also helps. I want to try to dig into the meat. I found a piece of meat. Can I scrape some meat off the bone? I might need to get a knife or a fork for this. Probably a knife. Probably a knife and a fork. No, the meat is not super tender. Should be tasty though, if I can get any. Don't want to splash myself with the sauce while I'm doing this. Okay. Damn it, I'm gonna cut a slice off and then I'm gonna lose it. That's exactly what happened. Now it's just, okay, let's try slicing off another piece off the other side. Yeah, still super tough. So still needs to simmer in the main pot for a bit longer. Can't even get it off the bone. Well, at least the beans are good. At least the sauce is good. And I love the flavor from the meat that go into the sauce. So, I mean, I could just bite into it, but it's a bit too hard for that. Okay, so I'll try eating the meat once I'm done with the beans around it. I'm gonna have some more of those beans before I go. Yeah, the extra salt is needed, and I might need to add some more. The sauce tastes similar to mole or mole sauce. If you had it, the sauce somewhat tastes like I've added some chocolate to it, but I didn't. Looks and tastes like I've added chocolate to it. Just crushed up beans and spices. Tasty. I'm gonna finish the rest off camera. Quite good. Not sure I would change anything. I mean, I would cook the beans. I would use bare beans, and I would cook them for a smaller amount of time, for a lesser amount of time. So beans can stay warm on the side, and this needs to continue to simmer, I think covered, for another hour or so. And in the meantime, I'm gonna have my beans on their own, and I'll see you later. I think I'm done cooking. That's me done cooking. One last look at the food before I depart. Black beans with oxtail stew, or oxtail stew over black beans. Right, goodbye.